Hula, hula, hula,
Hello.
hula, hula, hula. What's up, brother man?
How you doing?
What's the weather like in Michigan?
It's actually a lot better. A lot better. It's been the
A
past
lot better
couple
than.
days. Yep. Yesterday. Well, we had snow on Saturday.
I want to see what that stuff's about. I'm gonna go check it out. Now I've been up to the snow up in the mountains here, but it's like so rare. I mean, we have to go visit the snow. It doesn't come visit us like you.
Right. We just wake up and go, oh, it snowed.
It's here with the snow. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, how are you today? We're just going to do a quick show. We're calling it "Looking Back and Looking Forward." Uh, we've been doing the show for about 2 weeks and 4 days. I think that's what I calculated. We did 15 shows. This will be number 16, and the well, we it's I didn't do it because of the pandemic. I just it was the right place at the right time, and I got the right software. Like I told you guys before, I've been doing this since 2014. Then I jumped to Facebook Live because we do videos, and then I jumped to this thing, and it just happened to be the pandemic. And then GI and Hollywood Sports said, "Can you help us out? Do a show once a week." I said, "Once a week? That's not me. How about twice a day?" So that's what it is. I mean, and I'm doing it for a couple reasons. I get to go out. I mean, I'm like, I deliver like this. I'm doing this food thing for the doctors where I'm delivering food out there. I've got a computer business, so I'm helping people set up remotely. So I get to go out. I know what it's like out there. You guys are a lot of you guys are locked in, sequestered, and I thought this would also be a great time to promote our sport and make everybody happy. And the thing that Mark and I were talking about the looking back, because we kind of like look back at the shows, is that we rarely talked about the pandemic. We rarely talk, if ever, about the Corona thing, because that's not what this show is about. The show's about our community and you guys, and cheering you guys up, and remembering what it's like. And that's what we've been trying to do, right? We've been trying to
Even though we can't get out there and shoot each other in our faces, we're still talking paintball. We feel like we're with each other right now.
Exactly. So that's what we're trying to do, you guys. We're not like Debbie Downers. We're not trying to go, oh, how are you handling it? We know how you're handling it. We know what's going.
There's been a weird thing that has happened through this show because of like different things like player profiles, team profiles, and things of that nature. I had just made a comment when you had the 13th on there. I started thinking to myself, I knew I liked them, but I didn't know why until I got to see what their team did. So there was kind of like a little side effect from the show. We're getting to know each other even more than we did on the field.
Right. I'll tell you guys, I don't know if anybody uses this word anymore, but it's called a manifest destiny. It's like when the founding fathers came to America and they laid out a plan. They said, "This is how we're going to give out these blankets full of smallpox to the Indians." Oh, that's something else. Anyway, how they said that they were going to take over the world. Whatever. I don't have that. Everything that I'm just doing is off the top of my head. And however, whether we player profiles or team whatever it is, I'm just doing it. I'm just babbling. I'm just having a great time. So if what you guys see is a work in progress, what you guys see is just, whether it's me or me and Mark or me and the teams, we're just laying it out there. We're being real. That's the genesis of this project, is just to be real and have you guys be real. Come on the show and we'll talk about, reality. What's good? What's happening? What's making us this special community? And in doing so, yeah, I think, Mark, that we've actually hit upon something where when people come on the show, we have a conversation. We're natural. We're flowing. We're organic. We're real. Mm-hmm. And I can't tell you how many marriage proposals Trouble got yesterday. Everybody was calling me on the phone. Everybody's like, "Who's this girl?" Everywhere from Germany to Holland to Sweden, they're like, bring her over. So
Right, right, right.
But again,
Well, I mean, I've played with her before, and she's a cool, but I didn't know she was doing all that.
yeah, she just adopted three or a bunch of I guess a litter of orphan kittens too. She's helping with that. So that's what the cool thing about our show is, that you really get to know, us and them and everything, and that's what we're trying to do. And again, it wasn't like we sat down and had a master plan and said, let's hit these points. We were just kind of like flying and then basically just, watching me babble. So it's working out well. And that's why Mark and I wanted to do the show today. We're just going to do a quick one, and we're just going to be basically doing a recap of what happened and where we're going. And with you guys, we want your suggestions. We want your thoughts, your suggestions, your ideas. What can we do to make it better? Will it be better without me in the show? Will it just be a better show if I just did this?
Background sucks. Nope, get back in there.
Here's the background. I know the background's all on fire. So that's what I'm trying to say is that we're doing this for you guys, and that's what we want to do.
With it being for you guys, we know David. We know Reaper has been out there. Reaper's been around the world. Reaper knows everybody, but he doesn't know everybody. If we don't know who you are, PM him, PM me. Let's get you on the show so everybody does. Yeah. Let's make this a paintball family show.
Well, it's not a family show because I cuss too much, but
paintball family. Yeah, you get what I'm saying.
I do cuss sometimes. All right, but
it's rated 13.
Rated PG-13. I you know what? I even think that word, the F word, is probably even in PG-13 movie. I have no idea. It's lost its power. Okay, so let me just do this. We've got where did I messed it up. Okay, so we've gone from let me bring up this thing here. Wait, I gotta close all these guys, all these boxes. Let me bring up this thing here. Where'd it go? Sorry for Canada. We're that crushed my heart. I mean, that kind of stuff doesn't usually happen in Canada, and just crazy is crazy wherever you go. So sorry, Canada. All right, so let's do this. Our first show was with Ben Painter and Jason Mann, and it was literally just let's start. I think it was April 7th, and we just said, let's do this thing, and it was kind of a cool. What was kind of cool about it was that it kind of set the path of how we were going to do future shows, where people just sat down and they opened their hearts. And Ben Painter and Jason Mann were very forthcoming about their opinions about
very much
about that kind of stuff. And it was kind of cool though, because it let people see that we're giving you a platform, we're giving you a forum, we're giving you a place that if the lighting is correct, and I'm not all right, no, if you give a person like a comfortable area and you make it seem like just friends are chatting, people flow. You know what I'm saying? Well, there's some liquid encouragement too, but pretty much people just flow. And that's kind of what's happening is that I'm trying to be funny and nice and, joking, but I'm also giving you that ability to be you, and people just start, like a floodgate. So Jason and Ben were floodgates. they were they were pretty much like,
they were kind of like, and then it just came. They just started going.
Right. So, okay. So I think that was a great show. That was a North Carolina show. We learned a lot about them, about North Carolina, about their feelings towards everything. You and I did a show. The next show, you and I did a show, and it was just like this. You had your funky hat on. That was Ponder's Russian hat. Yeah. But but yeah, we just again, because we're still trying to figure things out. We're just trying to figure out, like, what's going on, what are we doing, and yeah, it was cool. I mean, they got to know you better. They got to meet you. That was kind of like that was your in here in Los Angeles. We have a lot of Mexicans, and they have a thing called a quinceañera. It's a coming out party for 15-year-old girls. So that's what you were.
I'm a 15-year-old girl.
15-year-old girl, and that was your coming out party. And so the world got to get to know who you were. And but what you've been doing, if you guys don't know, is kind of Mark is my show producer in the background. We have lots of show producers. Anyone who wants to be can be a show producer. They say, hey, I got an idea. Let's create this thing. Let's throw this thing together and do it. And Mark has been like in the forefront of doing it and saying, I got an idea for like the ref show. I got a kids show. I got this. Let's just bam, bam, bam. And he's the one helping me to promote and to get the word out there and to actually go around and PM all these people and say, hey, we need you to get out there. And speaking of promoting, I've been dropping the ball, haven't I?
No, you've been okay. You put a little something. Hey, I'm getting ready to have a show like 5 minutes before.
5 minutes before, exactly. Well, I'm going to tell you guys, my theory has always been, and Mark always gets pissed off about this, but here's my theory. I never ask people to like or subscribe, follow or friend. I don't ask any of that of you guys, or ever since I've been doing this thing, not this show, but ever since I've been doing this since 2008. I don't like to beg. I don't beg people to like me, follow me, subscribe me. I need it. That's not my world. And the problem is that like on this show, it's like sometimes I'll just pop it up. People are like, they're scrambling. Wait, he's got like this. And Mark is like, maybe we should be a little bit more like, ask the guests to promote it as well. Ask the players to promote, get the word out. We're getting some great, listen, you guys, also, I'm not a big numbers guy. I don't care who follows me. I don't care how many, how many likes or whatever the show's getting. Mark's a big numbers cruncher. And he's like, hey, that show was great. I don't care. If you guys are enjoying it, we're having a great time. I'm not like, oh, we need to up our numbers or something like that. And Mark is like, you know what? Maybe if we did this like everybody else does and ask the guests to promote it before they come on, and or ask the viewers to promote it, or even like maybe schedule like, hey, tomorrow at so and so we're going to do something. I'm like, all right.
Look. Okay, Reaper, you're extremely modest about a lot of different things. I understand it, but this show is not about you getting a bunch of friends. What you've done here is you gave us a way for all of us to be together. We can't be together on the field. You have given us all a way to be together. And the reason why I say that we have them promote it, we get this around the world so we don't miss anybody, is because of the fact that we're all trying to play this game on this platform right here. Because of the fact that we all get together, we feel like we're at the field or at the end of the game around the campfire in the campground, just talking about everything and having a good time. Right. Getting people out there. So yeah, I understand. They're not a number cruncher or anything like that, or not looking for likes. But I would like to see everybody do this so we can all get together, because this is the only way we can right now.
All right. Okay. Listen, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna be more proactive. I'm gonna tell everybody I've got guests coming up. I've got a list of guests coming up, and I'm gonna tell them that actually, because of you, Mark, it's kind of, I had to start thinking about this, and it does benefit the guests too, because they want more people to see the message, right? So like, you might want to do that. Like, dude, listen, in stand-up comedy, we used to do a couple kind of shows. If you were just like a basic comic, they would call bringer shows, or there's something like that. And basically what it is we'd go out on the street with flyers and say, hey, come see our show, come see our show. And that, yeah, so self-promotion is what I'm really good at, but I'm not good at asking people to like me. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not good at that part. Because I feel like it's like begging, and I don't like to beg. And if listen, you either like me or you don't, right? But again, we need to, look at this as a real show and say, hey, let's get the word out there. And we actually are, as far as like referrals, or I guess you call it referrals, what would you call it when someone else likes the show and they refer it to other people? It's a referral, I guess, right? Or
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
pretty much
it's
it.
a business word, but yeah. So it is actually working. We're getting a what's it called? We actually are. It's happening. So again, you guys, we're not going to create a begging show.
No.
That's not the idea here. It's completely the opposite. We're just saying that maybe we should say, hey, let's promote this a little bit more. Let's be a little more businesslike, and instead of off the cuff and kind of stuff. Oh, we're good. So yeah, it's all good. Okay, so let me see what I got here. We did the comedy show. Remember the comedy show?
So it was a comedy show with not a lot of comedy, or with not a lot of women.
Right. It's funny is that some of my shows are funnier than that show. because we were like, again, I've been doing stand-up comedy forever. When you force somebody, when you tell somebody, hey, we're going to be doing this, then they expect something, right? But when you just kind of it comes out of me, naturally. When I'm making a show that says, okay, we're gonna do comedy, and people I go, tell us a joke, and they're like, I don't know any jokes. So it was fun. Listen, that's the cool thing about these things, right? We just try. We throw spaghetti on the wall, and whatever sticks, whatever
it's done.
It's done. So what was the other one we did? We did the Northern Alliance show. That's when everybody got to meet everybody from the biggest team in Europe. That was a great show. And that was a great show on another one of those reunion type of things where these people, they're like quarantined also, and they're spread all over Europe. And we heard from them about what's it like in Sweden, what's it like in Germany, what's it like, all these different places, and they were able to really express themselves. But then again, we weren't focusing on the corona, we were focusing on the best times that they've had, and they were able to drink on the show and have a good time. And I got so many good feedback, so much good feedback from them, from being able to put these guys together, and it was great. It was something special show. Benny actually he hit a really strong chord when I said to him, listen, here in the States, we got places that don't even believe this thing exists, that it's conspiracy. And he said that his aunt and uncle died from it, and they're in Italy, and it went quiet, and people were like, okay, so it is really happening. So, but it was kind of like,
it made it real for everybody.
Yeah, they reinforced the part. James Lee was our first player profile. That was when you guys, the cement is still wet, and I'm still molding how I want this thing to go. And I go, let's just start to player. Let's talk to players. And I go, what am I going to call these things? And I decided we'll call it a player profile. So we're going to do team profiles, player profiles, miscellaneous shows, and we're going to call them, and then just, whatever you guys call them, whatever topics you guys come up with. But our first player profile was James Lee. Do you remember what he was? He was the prepper.
Yeah. Prepper show.
The prepper show, right? And that was cool. I mean, again, we weren't talking about the corona so much. We were just talking about what is it like to be a prepper, and are you living in the zenith of your existence right now because you think the world's going to come to an end? And yeah, so
he was set though. He was set to stay at home and ride this thing out, and it was really neat, and saw a lot of similarities between him and people with very big families.
What the hell is Brandon saying?
What does he say?
He says, good news, y'all. I'm no longer a bow tie wearer.
Oh, he's been stuck doing cashier. And as a cashier, they made him wear a bow tie.
Are you serious?
Yeah, because he was at the airport. He had to be in a cashier booth. He had to wear a bow tie. So we made fun of him. put up a clown mask and everything.
Nice. James Lee was he's here. That was a Toxic Six. That's James Lee. He was our prepper guy.
Nice.
James Lee let his wife shoot him yesterday. Nice. Okay. And then we've got, let me jump back here. What else we did? We did player profile after that one. And we did DJ Hano.
Yeah.
And that was great. And that was kind of where I started, like, you know, kind of getting in tune with the players and kind of like, you know, tell me where you're from and let's let, you know, where like, give me some history about yourself. And, you know, what was cool about that is if you know DJ, you know, he's a great guy and everything like that. But every time we play these games, a couple things happen. Number one is I go, hey, I want to get a picture with you guys. And they go, yeah, we'll be right back. And then that never happens, right? You got to do it at that moment, right? Or you're never going to see the person again. Or the other thing is you really don't have a chance to sit and talk with anybody. You know, you can talk with them, yeah, you know, and then it's like conversation, whatever else. You never really get a chance to like, dude, listen, if I sat down with you at a paintball game and said, okay, Mark, you know, where are you from? What's your history? We'd be like missing the game, right?
Yeah.
So
the only reason why we've done as well is because I got an hour long with you from the airport.
Exactly. I get it. We do, you and I do get a chat. But what I'm saying is it was, you know, it was great to sit down with DJ and find out about his background and basically the background that shapes a person. Latchkey kid, that guy down the street with the big arms that was a mechanic, and you know, like you learn all of these great things about the person. And now when you guys meet him on the field, you feel maybe a little bit more connected to him and that kind of thing. So, do you know Apex Predators?
I do.
Yeah, Apex Predators. What's your name? Isn't Amber? Amber's on that team, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. All right.
Awesome player.
So what was this guy? Who's complaining about me? Hang on a second. Brandon's complaining about me.
I'm on my phone. It's too small.
No, they're not. They're not heat fumes coming off me, and I'm not at a deserted island. That's just my. I'm just doing my green screen and not like putting too much time into the lighting. So, hey, say hello to this guy. It's Grizz, baby. What's up?
Hey, what's up, Michael?
Hey, this show today's not sponsored by Grizz. Today's sponsored by who's it sponsored by? The sponsor is by, I think it's Make Your Own Tracks. They just sent me out. They just sent me out some new clothes to give away. So we'll be giving out some of that.
Nice.
All right. So what's the next one we did? We did another player profile. We did Lead Farmer. And Lead Farmer's out of Canada. He's a content creator, and does look like my still gonna happen. It's still gonna happen. Maybe if I move up closer, doesn't matter. Anyway, Lead Farmer PB. He's a promoter out of Canada, content creator, promoter, everything like that. He's actually using the same platform I am, the same software, and he's killing it too. And it was great to have him on the show and learn about him being from Lebanon originally, and growing up in Canada, or spending the other part of his life in Canada. And it was
player profiles, and guys like him help us to know where to go look for some good paintball content to watch.
Yeah, he's a great guy. Do you know? You probably never met this guy. This is Matt. And I can't even say your name, Matt. I'm not going to try. So Matt is Quebecois. He's actually one real quick thing here. Matt, like every time we go to either to Maribel or to Commando D-Day, he has got his special brew of beer that I think he either makes it himself or he gets it. But he's just fantastic. He sits down at a table and he has a little scale and he weighs his first strike rounds. And he shaves off the tips of them, like the nose part. Because if you ever see a first strike round, have like a little nipple thing on the top, and he shaves them down, and he weighs each one to figure out where they're gonna, how he's gonna be. This guy is fucking amazing. He's just a great. And Matt, I don't know what the fuck happened, but I put you in that international beer chat because we want you to be part of it. That's why he's like, He took himself out of it. But what we're trying to do is we're going to do an international beer show, and he's part of that whole package. So Anyway, I don't know why he took himself out, but I'm going to put you back in, Matt. And if you keep on taking yourself out, I'm going to keep on putting you back in.
We need the Canadian.
Exactly. It's going to be a losing game for you, man. All right. What else did we did? We did a miscellaneous chat. That was an interesting one because we had our Noble on, and he was out of Oregon, and he say, you know, I put out that feeler to everybody, and I said, hey, whoever wants to be on the show, come on. And he goes, yeah, I'll do it. So it got kind of well, it got kind of windy there.
Yes, very windy.
It got kind of windy, and he was outside. He didn't want to go in the house, and it was getting kind of like I couldn't hear him. And Mark was like, you know, PMing me, we got to do something. What's going on with the show? It's got to be like it's a wind show. What the fuck? So Tim Miller from Australia was watching, like always, and so Tim and so Mark and I are PMing back and forth. Let's get him on the show. Yeah, let's get him on the show. And then he didn't want to get on the show at first because, you know, he's never done it. And then Mark goes, come on, it's easy, get on the show. So bam, he pops up. So then we got Tim Miller from Australia, and the whole direction of the show went a different way, right? It was like, this is great.
It was very miscellaneous, but we got to learn about a lot of different things, you know, from one side to the other, and then on the other side of the world.
Yeah. Oh, Mark, look at Mark. I've just twisted his Canadian fucking Quebecois arm. Look what he says.
What does he say there?
Okay, do that. I'll have beer next time we meet, right? All right. I'm gonna get him back. Dude, Mark, listen, we're doing an international beer show. People from all over the world will be telling us about their beer and drinking it. And how can you not want to be in that show? Come on, dude.
Exactly.
So, yeah, he's in. All right. So what was the next one? We did a player profile with Connor Blackbear Dowan. That actually turned out to be one of our highest rated shows. A lot of people know him. He's very connected with the paintball community, but he's one of those, like you used to be, Mark, behind the scenes kind of guy. Now I've dragged Mark into this to the limelight, and now you're no longer behind the scenes. But yeah. So Connor is he's a big force to be reckoned with in our sport, and he's connected with like a lot of people, and it was great to see that, you know, he could talk again openly about everything, about his life and everything. His small little life. He was only like 20 something. So whatever small little life he's been through a lot, but he's super connected. I'm going to grab my water. Hold on. No, it's not vodka. It's water. All right. So then we did the Canadian Park Owners Show. Remember that one?
Yeah. Yes, that was. It sounds pretty good to learn a lot about them.
It was interesting to have Joe from Behind the Bunker. I don't know if you guys know that, but when you watch the Behind the Bunker show, Joe is an actual park owner. He owns Flag Raiders Paintball, and we've got to know each other really well. He's a really cool cat, and so we had him. We had Marie and Dave that own Commando in Ottawa, and then we had Donna, and she owns Wasaga, and I'm an outsider. I'm not Canadian, obviously. I'm just an American. I don't even own a paintball park. But in the position that I am, I bounce around to all these different people, and I hang out, and I just do, I do what I do, and I get to know these people. And so when I go play, it's like, this celebrity thing about like they hire these celebrities to come to the paintball events, and I'm here. My job is public relations. My job is promotion. So maybe 4 months out, 5 months out, I'm promoting that event from that park owner. At the event, I'm actually promoting it and going out to dinner with the park owner and see how we can make it better. And then after that, I'm still like saying how it was. So basically, it's a lifetime commitment when I'm hired by a park, and you get to know these park players and park owners, and they understand that when they bring me in, we become friends. So whether it's Dave Massey from Hell Survivors, $10, please.
Well, I tell you what, you're gonna be rich tomorrow.
I'm at Rich. I know tomorrow's our Hell Survivor show. So whether it's Dave Massey, whether it's TJ, Romeo, whatever park I'm connected with, I'm connected with them. I'm in. And so in doing so, when I did this Canadian show, it was like friends. I haven't been to Donna's Park, but she's heard so much about me, and she watches everything I do. So I'm going to go to Donna's Park. But basically, and I haven't been to Flag Raiders either. But I know everybody. So that's what I try to do. I try to make myself connected to these people. And so when we did the Canadian Park Owner show, it was more of a, like on the level friends kind of talking, instead of saying, what kind of grass do you use? What kind of,
Right.
it's more of a friend kind of thing. And also what I'm trying to do with that show and all the other shows is promote those parks to the world and promote those people and show how cool, it is to go play in Canada. So, I love you, Canada, eh? And then we went across the pond again to Germany, and everybody got to see how crazy the Germans are. How
fun bunch.
That was fun, and you know what? I know all those guys, and that's when I go. When I go to Germany or Canada, wherever I go, I try to acclimate myself to the situation. I try to be part of whatever they're doing. I don't say no. So if it's biscuits at Bojangles or moonshine in North Carolina, whatever it is, I'm in. I want to be part of it. I love people and I love cultures. So that's what happened with the German show, is that you guys got to see how these guys are. And we actually broke some ground there too. I mean, we were talking about the Euro Big Game and what happened because of the Corona and, the dates. We scrambled like a half an hour before that show. They were like, the park owners were like, calling me up and we got to talk. Okay. And this fucking Germans that they're like, they're keeping the trains running on time. They've got like, no, we were going to do it tomorrow. And now okay. We have to kind of like, and so they were like, they had to break, they had to be a little bit more flexible. And they were, and it was great. Yeah. Leonard.
They're precise with that. I'll push it along to let everybody know when that game's going to be.
Yeah. It was great. Leonard, where are you from? And how do I say your name? Muzyansky? Muzyansky? How would you say that? Muzinski? I'd say Muzinski.
Yeah, that kind of looks like it. Muzinski.
And I think you're from Germany too, my friend. I think. Let us know. Pop it up and tell us where you're from. Yeah, the German show was wunderbar. It was great. So you guys listen, go to Canada, get your passport, go to Germany, go to these places, go to travel, get out there and do this as soon as my Corona, as soon as that goes, gets out of the system there. Right. We did a player.
Actually,
I'm sorry. Go ahead. What?
That's all right. With this ride that we've been going on, a lot of the Germans have been talking to me. I actually spent almost an hour on a video chat with from someone from Scott and Australia, and just all the stuff that is different in the parks, but has something to do with parks. It's like paintball around the world is just awesome.
I'm hoping that you guys get, I mean, a lot of people are already living vicariously through me. So when I'm traveling all over the place, I'm trying to make you guys part of it. Through my videos, through my interactions with, wherever I go with all these people and everything. And this is giving me another platform to get that word out there for you. And then you can actually see, who these people are. And like what Mark is doing, he's basically running with the ball. He's making friends with all these people. And the platform like this, like the internet or like video, is giving you that opportunity. And it's kind of an interesting thing. It's like I'm being a host. I'm a host of a party. And then I've invited all of these really cool cats. And then everybody knows they're there for the same reason, whether it's, paintball or whatever else. And it makes it easy to hang out and be with each other instead of, you know, like being on a blind date and a cold call. This is a warm date, and this is like you know, this is a referral of like, hey, so you're already in the mix, so run with the ball.
We all know each other because of paintball.
Right. I want to do PRZ. Do you know about PRZ? It's like an old mental hospital that shut down, or military hospital or something. And it's just a crazy ass like field that they have where it's like you can go. It's like, I think it's like a 5-story building and it's falling apart, and they're playing MagFit in there.
That sounds pretty fun.
It does sound fun.
I believe I've seen it. I know you said PRZ. I'm like, hey, I know that. I think I do. I've seen something.
We're saying it wrong. You have to say PRZ if you're going to say it in Canada. Once you cross the border, you have to say Z and not Z. So we're sorry we said that. Anyway, excuse me, choking. All right. So then the other show that we did was this is the first time that we did a team profile, right? So we've been doing player profiles, and then we bounced onto the idea of doing a team profile.
You did Northern Alliance, but you know, technically as a team profile, that
actually was a team profile, but it was more of, I didn't get to really, I mean, it wasn't like an in-depth where I can really like, you know, talk with it was a party.
Yeah, that was more German paintball.
Yeah, or no, not German, but European, Scandinavian paintball. So yeah, we did get the point of what they do, and we did get the point across of like, you know, that they're doing like charity and that kind of stuff. But you know, it would go off into different like parts of. It was fun. It was great. So our first actual real, I'm going to call it real team profile, was the 313 Mutants.
Mutant 313.
Mutant 3. I don't know. I'm always getting that one wrong. It was it was we did the German show. Yeah, we did the Mutant Paintball 313 or whatever you want to call them. That was our first basically team one, and I didn't know them. And as I explained to them, this was again, look, no matter how much I fuck up their name, look what he says.
What did he say? I told you I can't see that small.
Oh, Matthew says we still love you. No matter what however I fuck up the name. He's like, call us the Sledgehammers. All right. Hey, that's a double meaning, if you know what I mean. If you ever listen to that Peter Gabriel song, Sledgehammer, it's really about sledgehammers. Anyway, so listen to it again and kind of think about it of an adult situation. Anyway.
Okay.
Sledgehammer. All right. So anyway, I didn't know them. Well, actually, I'm sorry. I take that back. I did meet Matthew, but just like, I mean, I didn't even know what team. I just made a comment about his stomach, that he was pregnant. Other than that, I didn't really like, you know, meet him per se of like, hey, nice to meet you. You know, I'm like doing my business. Anyway, so you again, being in the show producer behind the scenes, and said, hey, Reaper, you really got to meet these guys. They're really cool cats. They're doing great stuff for our community. We should have them on the show. I said, where do I sign? What do you want me to do? All right. So we did. We had them on the show. We started doing that. We had their like background logo kind of thing, and we really got to know them better. And it was kind of a real fun show. It was, how do I say this? Well, this guy can probably say it better than me.
Yeah. I was waiting for it.
You're like, when's he gonna do it? When's he gonna pull the trigger? Yeah. So that was Mr. Nasty, Brian Baker.
Extremely cool with the whole thing too, guys.
We've made him famous. So basically, what you guys, if you don't know, that's our inside joke. It's like not even an inside joke. You guys, we all know it. Basically, what happened was we had them on the show, and Brian was dying to get on the show, and his internet connection was so bad that every time we pop him up, he would his internet would freeze. And so we just couldn't take it anymore. So I did a screenshot, I cut it, and we got him on the show, just not the way that he wanted to be on.
Right. He's been on many shows since then.
Yeah, and he's been on a lot of my shows since then. Right, exactly. He's been popping up now and then. Get off my lawn. And he actually became my oh dude, I got in trouble by my kids. Fuck. So I put him up there as my profile picture, and I actually I said, hey dude, I'm about to make you famous. And he goes, that's great. Okay. So I put him up there as profile picture. He's all cool with it. The whole team's laughing about it because they're great. Everybody's in on the joke. Right. And then what happened was I forgot that I play this golf game, and they use my profile picture from my Facebook into my golf game. And so I turned on the golf game, and all of a sudden he's like, he's doing that thing. And I started winning the games. I think people were intimidated by me because they said, it showed Mr. Nasty's face, and they were like, so my kids, they're my girl is 21 and my boy's 23, and we've raised them in Los Angeles as I am. They're like me, and so they hit me up on they call me and they go, dude, what are you doing? That's making you look racist. Who's that guy? Who's that angry guy? What's going on? Why are you doing that? And I go, he's a friend. It's a joke. We're having he said, you got to take that down. People are going to call you racist. And I'm like, hey, what? And then all of a sudden I get a PM that during that show, the next day I get a PM from my CBD company, fully activated. Right. And they unfriended me. And then they PM me, but then they PM me and they go, hey, have you been hacked? Who's that angry black guy? I said, no, that's an inside joke. It's like, we're all in on it. It's great. And then they friended me again, and they go, oh, we got scared that something. I said, no, it's a friend of ours. And so everybody's in on it. I'm not racist. We're having a great time. Brian loves it. The team loves it. You guys, listen, stop being snowflakes. We're having a great time.
I'll tell you what, you want to know the joke, go back and watch the Mutant 313 team profile.
Watch the show. You'll see what I'm talking about. Yeah, look at that. See? Matthew's part of 313. Got to lighten up. You guys, come on. Listen, you know that song, if you don't know me by now, you'll never know me?
Yeah.
That's my song. If you guys don't know me by now, fuck you. You know how I am. I just love to joke, and I love to promote people, and look at, we made him a star.
Yeah.
So here's what I gotta say. Fuck you. That's what he's saying to you guys. He's saying, fuck you. Stop being snowflakes. He's gonna be my voice of reason. Every time I get mad, I'm popping him up, and I'm gonna put in my words to his mouth.
There you go.
All right, cool. All right, so so we had the Mutants on, and here's the cool thing about them is that it was kind of like their quinceañera too. It was their kind of like big coming out party. We had a great show. We did a great. We really got to connect and learn more about them, and then that evening they did their first show on the same software and the same platform, and they rocked it. They got like over 1,000 people to watch the show because of us. No, I'm joking. They got 1,000 people to watch the show, but they really hyped it up. They really promoted. They got a bunch of people to promote it and everything like that, and they killed it. And Mark, thank you very much for introducing me to them.
Well, you're welcome.
Yeah, it was great.
But at the same time, like I said, you know everybody, but not everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the reason why way back in the beginning of this show that you're like, I don't ask for likes. I'm not, we're not trying to ask for likes. He's not trying to ask for likes. We're just trying to say, hey, where's everybody at? Send out the message so we can find everybody.
Right. We had a blast too. We really appreciate having on, Mark. There you go. You just got a thank you from Mutant 313.
Guy.
Hang on a second. All right. So the next show that we did, here's how we get a lot of the ideas for the show. They just come to our head. I'm just joking. What happens is I'll usually call Mark after the show, and we'll analyze how it went. We'll brainstorm and start talking about, and when I was doing stand-up comedy, I get off the stage, and when I did a really great set, like the audience was happy and great, everything was going good, I'd be high for like weeks at a time. And this is the same kind of thing. When when the show happens, I get off the air and I'm like, actually, to let you guys in on some inside baseball, and everybody that's been on the show knows this. When the show ends, I always tell the guests to hang out, don't leave. And then we end the show, and then we actually do, sometimes we go for like an hour. And all the guests and I will sit down and we'll talk about how it went, how they feel, do we get the points across, that kind of thing. Again, it's not just like a fuck you and we're out of here. I'm really concerned. I'm really connected to you guys. And so when the show ends, we sit around and we chat about it, and what can we do better, and like this and this, and we really we really have a good time. So I'll get on the phone with Mark and I'll say, dude, how was that, like this? And then my brain starts to flow, and then he'll mention a word like, are you going to go to In-N-Out Burger? I go, we got to do a cooking show. That'd be great. Let's do it. And it's Mark and I are writing things down like, okay, let's do this show. Let's do that show. So, anyway, so, yeah, we decided, okay, that's it. And then, the funny thing about it is when I decide I'm going to do something, you have to kill me. That's the only way that you're going to stop me from doing something. It's just like, I got an idea and I'm going through with it. And I am definitely not analysis. No, what did I always tell you? Paralysis through analysis, right?
Oh, yeah. Paralysis by overanalysis.
That's not me. I definitely don't get stuck in one place and go, I can't move.
I knew it.
That's not me. I'm a
guy that jumps you're a guy that jumps the rail at New Jersey Shore and runs to the beach while the guy that is on his four-wheeler chases you down.
So we were in all of us went to Mark and the whole big team. Put Brandon in, please. Brandon wants the link.
All right.
So Mark and I and this team were to we were at the Jersey Shore, and if you guys have ever been there, they have like a big not a fence, but a railing that you can only get onto the beach by going through a little, like an entrance where you have to pay to get on the beach. And I said, what the fuck? You don't have to do that in California. You don't pay for a beach. And so I didn't know that there was like an entrance. I just thought I just said, fuck this. So all you guys, you guys were just standing around, watching. I just jumped over the rails and just started running towards the ocean. And then the lifeguard started chasing me with his vehicle. And I said, dude, in California, we don't have this. I want to see. And he goes, nah, just hang out. So again, I get an idea and I'm going to do it. And that's it. So that's my life. So anyway, you guys, we're going to bring in Brandon. Listen,
what's up?
I don't want any wind. I don't want any wind. I don't want any outside noise. I don't want any dogs barking. And I want you to sit down because I'm going to get seasick.
I'm on my roof.
Nice. So anyway, time is it? 10 o'clock. Wait a minute. Hang on a second. I'm getting a PM here. It's Tom Palmer. Yo, I watch your shows. Nice. If you need content from out west, I'd love to jump on board. I run Central Island. Dude, what's my philosophy? What's my mantra? Where do I sign?
Exactly.
Just PM me. Let's do it. Let's get you on the show. All right. So you guys, this is Brandon Page, better known as B-Rad, and he's the team captain for in this team. Mark is on the team, and these guys are the two solid guys. Everybody else keeps on leaving. Oh well, too bad. They don't understand something good here. So
I'll be done in 1 second. Yeah.
someone else, Mark, does someone else need to use the bathroom?
No. I'm actually in the conference room at my work.
All
I
right.
forgot to even tell my boss I was going to do this for a minute.
So you're working too?
Yep.
I'm working from home now, starting Thursday.
Good for you.
Yeah. About
okay.
damn time.
So you guys listen. I can't go too long. Hang on a second. Yeah. Listen to me. I can't go too long. Actually, that's what the rabbi said to the mom when he did the circumcision. This won't be long.
Ooh. Oh, that was a good one.
Jewish.
Anyway, are you here all week?
I'll be here all week. Actually, I will twice a week, twice a day. I'm crushing it. All right. So we did that was player profile. We did the international cooking show.
Yeah.
So the international cooking show, I said we're going to make this happen. And who do we get? We get John from Netherlands. We got Uncle from Germany. We got Hugh from Michigan. We got Tim, Australia, and we got Marie from Canada. And we basically were let into your houses, and we did. You're really adding to the show, Brandon. Thanks a lot. Yeah.
Is that you or me?
Are you trying to create sound effects? Is that what you're doing?
No, that's you. That's not me.
No, it's you.
Is it me? All right. I'll get off the show. I just want to say hi.
Love you. Bye.
Love you too. Bye.
Anyway, yeah, go park cars, B-Rad. Anyway, let's leave it. Park some cars. John Hewitt from Scotland said hello.
That's bud.
John, show us some haggis. All right. So we did the cooking show, and for me, food is extremely important. For some people, food is a I'm getting some feedback on your thing.
You still getting it?
So food is for some people, food is just an energy, like gas in their car, and for other people, it's breaking bread and being with other people. And that's how I look at it. I look at it as you're talking to us about recipes and your food, and these are recipes that you've brought into you've made them part of your DNA. And that's what we saw. We saw people from all over the world bring us into their homes and make food with us. And it was actually really, that one really got me. That was a really great show. And I got a lot of great feedback from players about, again, people are sequestered, stuck, locked in their houses. And all of a sudden, who doesn't like to watch a cooking show, right?
All right.
All of a sudden you're watching a cooking show with paintballers, people you might know, or people you feel connected to. That's the best fucking cooking show in the world.
It really was. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, now what are you trying out? Your different microphones? I can't hear you.
I said, can you hear me now?
Yeah, thanks. So yeah, you guys, we're gonna do another one of those. And then when we did the cooking show, we started banging around ideas because a lot of the guys were drinking beer, and we said, "Hey, what about a
beer show?
An international beer show?"
No.
So then we created a group to make that. Basically, you guys, that's what I do behind the scenes. Is like I get a group together of whoever's going to be on that show, so we can all talk about ideas. And we did a group for international beer show, and it actually branched off to you guys did your own like video conferencing stuff. You guys are all like talking about that, and so we're going to do that. We're going to do an international beer show, and everybody again is invited. And when we're talking about international, I'm talking about like you can even talk about your states. If you have like a microbrewery that's in North Carolina or that's in like Oklahoma, what's basically going to happen is we're going to pop you up. You're going to chat about it for a bit. We're going to do a little. Hopefully, we're probably not going to get too drunk, but we're going to do like a little like cheers, skull, and then we'll get you off, and then we're going to basically just rotate a bunch of people in.
Right.
It's going to be a great show. I'm looking forward to it. Richard Knott said we need a paintball cookbook.
Yeah, right.
You know what, Mark? I don't know. I've got a little light bulb in my head. That's not like a big idea, but that's like that could be a great project.
It could actually.
Look into it. All right, so that was the International Cooking Show. We knocked it out of the park with that one. We did another player profile with Archangel,
Yeah.
and he's actually going to be the general at Fold-A-Gap. Oh, why did I mention Fold-A-Gap? Well, it's not only the Super Bowl, as Jason Mann, the other Reaper, said. He's the it's the Super Bowl, and he's Tom Brady. That's about as much as I know about sports. But anyway, he said that they said that's what's going on. I'm actually in touch right now with the owner of the park. He's an Aussie. He's Australian. His Peter Russell, Peter, and we're going to actually do an Australian show. He's going to be on it, and then we're going to be doing a Fold-A-Gap show. So
Nice.
we're it's like this is becoming a virus. This is becoming like a spin-off. Everybody's catching it and going, wait, what about this? And what about that? And let's try. So yeah. So we had Archangel on the show, and we said, let's yo ese vato, hey cabrón, pinche pendejo. That's Frank Rodriguez. He's my brother from another mother here in Los Angeles. I was just calling him some not nice names. I love you, SA. And I said, yeah. So then they're all on board that we're going to do a Fold-A-Gap kind of a. We've been actually doing a Fold-A-Gap show without doing a Fold-A-Gap show. We've had Ben and Jason on. We've had the 311. They're going to it. We had the Legion on. Did I miss them? We talked about the Legion, right? Oh yeah, we did. We talked about the Legion. We had the Legion guys on. We had Archangel on. So we pretty much did a Fold-A-Gap show. Now we're going to get the owner of the park on. Let me see. Yeah, so that was Archangel, and he's another one of those like Connor that's behind the scenes kind of. That was when we kind of talked again about celebrities being generals. He's all for them not being generals, and I'm all for him doing what he's doing, which is like being a professional general basically. That's what we need to in our sport is everybody's kind of got a role to play, and generals to me have got a really tough job. And Mark, firsthand what it's like being a general. And
finally, but
they've got a really tough job, and we need to give them a lot of credit. And so I do. I just think that the generals in our community, they don't need to be hampered or shoestring. I don't know what's it called. What's it called when you hamper when you hamstringed? I guess the word I'm looking for. Hamstring. I guess when you get in someone's way, when you're like working hard to become doing what you're doing, and all of a sudden they put a celebrity in your place, and you're like, that's our new general, and you're like, fuck this, and then they go, fuck that guy, and then all his friends go, fuck that guy. We don't want to follow him. So anyway, you guys, generals are generals. I love you guys. You guys kill it. You guys do great work.
Truth be said, we know the fields better than you do.
You know what? I agree, because they're your home fields, and you guys. I mean, even like Archangel, he's from Alabama, but he loves that field. He loves Fold-A-Gap, and he's like, I know that place backwards and forwards. So you're right. You get a celebrity, throw them in there, and they're like, "What's the name of that town? Where are the people going? What's going on?
What direction is it?"
Exactly. Wait a minute. Wait, I'm missing my photo op. There's people in the parking lot that want to talk to me. Wait, I have to go do an interview. So,
Right.
dude, I got too much on my plate to be telling people what to do. Go be a general. All right. Anyway, yeah, that was that. We got the next one we did. Oh no, actually, we haven't talked about them. We haven't talked. I'm such a knucklehead. The next show that we did after Archangel was 13 Legionnaires.
Right.
And that was great. That was great because again, I really didn't know them, and by me getting to learn about them, everybody got to learn about them.
Yeah.
And
It was that show was the show that made me realize, wait a minute, we're learning about each other on this.
yeah, that was great. These guys killed it. Joe Perez, he had the best internet connection. It was amazing. I think he was using AOL dial-up with a 56K modem or something. He kept on coming into the show and then it'd be a black screen or freeze. Poor Joe Perez. We finally got him on the end of the show, but and then the rest of the show, he was basically had his head down. He was texting, and it said Lowe's, and he was basically advertising for Lowe's. Like, dude, come on! So we got to get those guys back on and get him back on too. But yeah, the 13th Legionnaires, and then one of those breakout stars on the show was Trouble. She I mean, dude, listen. All respect to her. She again, I coined this phrase, and she fits it. You don't need skin to win.
Nope.
Bless you, bless you. How many do you get? How many do you do? Do you do 3 or 4? Sometimes people do 4.
Sometimes I'm up to 17.
17. So yeah. So
Wait.
my phrase was, you don't need skin to win. She doesn't do that. She doesn't show cleavage and and half naked and around. Like she just gets dressed up in her jerseys and her pants and she goes and kicks ass. And she won my heart. I mean, she's just like, she's really she's a good role model. She's a really a great inspiration. The whole team is full of role models, but she was a great role model for women, for saying, listen, I might have crazy hair, whatever else. I put my mask on, I cover my body up, and I'm out there and I'm playing. And I'm not like, look at my tits. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm like playing. She, you know what? She won my heart yesterday.
She did, especially with everything she does too, off the field.
Yeah. She was great. She has her own brand. Here Comes Trouble brand. So we made her a sponsor of the show. She's going to be giving us stuff to give away. And I got a PM yesterday from Teddy Bear. Do you know Teddy Bear?
Yeah, well, I have met him. We are friends on Facebook.
He wears that panda bear big hat, big thing kind of thing. And he goes,
Right.
how does your sponsorship work? Because he saw that I was sponsoring Here Comes Trouble. And he says, how do your sponsors? I said, we have 2 kinds of sponsors. We have paid sponsors and non-paid sponsors, but I treat them both the same. But the paid sponsors pay for the show, and they can come on and promote their stuff. And the non-paid sponsors that can't afford it, I treat them just the same. And they go, they come on the show and they promote their stuff. They give away their stuff. And so, what's the name? I put Here Comes Trouble in a non-paid. I don't ask, again, I don't beg for likes or subscribes, and I don't ask people to pay. People will come to me, like my sponsors, my big sponsors will come to me and say, how much can we, give you to do this? And I said, well, listen, the show costs this, let's pay for, do this. So, but everybody else, I'm not trying to make money from you guys. That's not how I'm doing this thing. So somebody will come to me with whatever, and I'll say, listen, I'm not asking for any money. Just come on the show. And if they want to, they can pay. If they don't have to pay. So I was trying to tell Teddy Bear, I think he thought I was just like, I said that Here Comes Trouble. It's not, she's not just a player, but she's a brand. And she actually has swag and a business and that kind of thing. So I guess he thought I was just like, oh, I'm promoting. Yeah, I'll promote you guys if you're players. And Teddy Bear, if you want to come on the show, we'll talk. But if you have a business or a brand, that's what I'm looking for. You know what I'm saying? So I can help promote your brand and your business. I don't just make player sponsors. I mean, I guess I could, but then it's kind of like not defeating the purpose. But I just want kind of people to,
You're helping them get out there. Something you're really good about. You always want to make sure that, okay, your lighting is making you red, but you like to make everybody else shine.
Oh, I like how you work. So yes, you guys listen, I'm promoting businesses. That's what I'm trying to do. And if you're a player that is a brand or a business, I'm in as well. If you're just a player, come on the show. We'll talk. But I can't. How am I going to make you a sponsor? What I mean, what are you doing to sponsor? You know what I'm saying? Let's give out those heads, everybody. Everybody gets a panda head. No, that's not going to work. Anyway, yeah, my hair it doesn't like black for some reason. So every time we're working on this. We're working on the lighting and the green screen, and we're doing all this stuff. Listen, obviously not my really big priority. My priority is to make you guys happy, to look at my In-N-Out Burger background or my ocean or whatever it is. So anyway, Paul Banks, if you don't know who this guy is, he's my brother from another mother. He used to be my babysitter in Germany in the Euro Big Game. So basically what it is he would drive from the north of England. I don't know if you guys know that. It's almost bordering Scotland. He would drive from the north of England all the way to Germany. That's like 18 hours to go to the Euro Big Game. He'd pick me up at the airport in Germany. He has his own paintball company, his paintball store. We're going to get him on. And Paul, you're listening, so I'm going to tell you this. We're getting you on the show so we can talk about our history together and your amazing business. So basically what it is he would pick me up from the airport every year. And I didn't even know him. 16 when I first went to the Euro Big Game, I didn't even know him. He just picked me up. We you get to know each other and he's just this big bundle of joy. He's just an amazing guy. And he was just always like my babysitter in Europe, and he's a Tippmann tech, and so basically everybody knows him. So we set up the booth, and he was part of Tippmann. So we set up the booth, and he'd be working on people's guns. The guy would not take a break. He'd work 12 hours. I'd have to bring him food and beer. He wouldn't he wouldn't stop because he just loves what he's doing. And
there's a lot of people have that passion.
Yeah, he's just an amazing guy. So, and then after the game, we'd go to like this hotel. It was like this outdoor hotel. You guys have probably seen the pictures. And actually in the video that I do, when I do my promo video, you see it. So he's put up with my craziness for a long time. And this year was last year was his last year. And so, it's a bummer that he's no longer with us. Not in a death situation, but he's just no longer with GI and Tippmann and stuff. But we're going to get you on the show, and we're going to talk about how amazing you are and how amazing that Europe and travel is. And look what he says also. You are a sponsor dream. Nice. That's true. I'm a dream for my sponsors. I get them out there. Like makeyourowntrackswear.com. Except I forgot to put the .com part. It just says dot. But anyway, you guys get it. I got to fix that. Makeyourowntrackswear.com. It's great. Anyway, look at this. This is from Holland, from the Netherlands. He's confused about what we're doing. Is this a show? Yes, it is. It's a recap show. Mark and I are recapping everything we've done so far in the past two and a half weeks, and almost 2 shows a day. So we're just basically doing a recap, and we're asking you guys how we can do things better and how we can make the show better. And again, this show is for you guys. It's not just a Corona show. It's a lifetime thing. I've been doing this in 2014, being connected with community as far as my shows are concerned. But on this one, we're really just like, let's just do this. We got video. Let's do this. And so we're just doing.
We all got video. Let's get together.
Let's do this. All right. So that was a player profile. No, we did the team profile, 13 Legionnaires, and the last one was that the last one we did.
Yeah, and then today.
Yeah. So we did that yesterday, right? The Legionnaire one. I think I even got Legionnaire's disease from that. I'm not sure. Never mind. There was a disease called the Legionnaire's disease. Never mind. Anyway, hang on a second. We're getting a complaint. Aaron's giving us a complaint.
Yeah? What did he say?
Look at that. And he's one of my haters. Your show is a good show. It shows everyone the human side of the sport. I'm just joking. He's not a hater. I do have some. There's like I was like talking to somebody the other day, and I was like, they were like showing me some, and I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I got to the point where like people were like, well, they would go, why do you hate Reaper so much? They go, I just don't like his kilt. It's like, really? You've run out of things to hate me. So it's like, okay, you don't like my kilt. All right, fine. So I guess it doesn't matter what you do, people are going to hate you. And
I know what it is. They're a little worried about you drinking your Snapple tea, your peach tea with a straw.
I love that. Paul wants to know what's with the hat. So Paul, the hat and the bandana are white or white-ish. And if you do anything black, it starts to disappear. Right? So this was my my DIY, do it yourself. This was my do it yourself. Here, look, I got this one too, Paul. I got 2 hats that I wear. Whoops, that's the wrong side. There we go. I can't even see it. All right. So yeah, I've got 2 hats that I wear that get a little less noise. Watch from see that? Watch the noise, right?
Yeah, there it is.
So we get a little noise. So I got to wear the hat. I'm not going bald. I'm just wearing these hats because
that too, because his background is really ugly.
We're actually going to we're working on this. We're working on the green screen. We're working on the lighting. Listen, you guys, this is like during World War II. A lot of times they would produce boats so quickly that they would keep the crew, the workers on the ship and still work on the ship while they were going out there. Do you know what I'm saying? Like they had these Liberty ships and stuff. So you had like these mechanics, and they're like doing bolts and stuff, and the ship is actually heading out to England. That's what happened to us. We hit the ground, and we just like we'll work on the lighting when we get it. We're like, dude,
we can see it. It's okay.
There's been some time I actually downloaded these. Let me see if I can find them. I actually downloaded these pictures here. Check out this one. Watch this. Look at this. Look at how lobster I am here, right?
Oh yeah.
That was like I mean some of these shows I was just like people were like I was distracting from the show. But you know what? I'm going to tell you. It's not about me or what I look like. It's about the content of the show and the people. And so like when I did the Connor show, when I did Connor, I actually didn't do a green screen. I actually did it on my gun rack in the back, and it turned out pretty well. It was it's nice, but I'm trying to do the green screen so I can actually promote you guys at the same time when I pop up the Legion's background or whoever else, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Trying
to field, state, whatever it is.
Exactly. Aaron says sorry, too early. Where's Aaron? Aaron, where are you?
Aaron is here with me. He's Gramps. He's one of my fellow teammates.
Where's where? Oh, okay. I thought it was like he said midnight. I thought it was midnight someplace.
All right. No.
So anyway, you guys, those are the shows we've done. We're kind of just like again doing a reevaluation of all the things that we've done up to this point. 2.5 weeks, 15 days, 15 was it 15 shows? I think we've done 15 shows. 2, 3, 4, we've done
15 shows.
15 shows, sometimes twice a day. We've done a variety of topics, and I think the most important part is we're trying to show you that this is organic. This is you guys. This is from our hearts. We are just having a great time. We want to keep you guys happy in what's going on. We want you guys to be, we want you to feel, even though that you're like, locked up. It is. We're all part of a bigger family, and this is giving us that ability to do that, to be all connected. And I've seen other shows out there. And here's what's happening, you guys. It's great. and I'm a big proponent. I'm the one pushing other people to do their shows. I'm saying, come use my code, get this platform, go out there and like rock the Casbah. And you know, and they are. We've got the Swamp Talk. They came out. We've got like Lead Farmers. You know, we've got Maritime Millstone. We've got all these shows that are out there just producing amazing content. And we're all stepping on each other's toes, which is fine. You know, but I've seen a lot of shows that are I say host centric. It's about them. This is our show and you're watching us. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's kind of the reason why it was just you and I today, is just so that there's no one person, you know. This show is about everybody, not. I mean, it is your show for sure, but you don't make the show about you. You know,
well, I do talk a lot.
Well, you were just helping them to come out of their shell, to be able to tell us about themselves.
Right. I do. That's you guys. Yeah, I do babble on, but what I'm trying to do is I have got a point. I want to like be that wake of water that is flowing, that maybe if you're like, you know, a little introverted, you know, I can help you flow along. I can keep the show going, and I can, like, you know, make you laugh and then maybe break you out of your shell. So I can be an ass. We all know that. I can, but I'm just trying to, like, you know, make you feel comfortable. Richard said I should wear. Oh, Richard wants me to wear green so I'd look like a floating head.
You would if you wore all green. It would just be your face.
I do that. Just talking head. That would be it. Yeah. So big shout out to Mad Frog. They've got their own show going on. Swamp Talk. So go check that out too. Yeah. So you guys, I'm a big proponent of everything paintball and or the podcast scene. If you guys are creating content that's great and you're not divisive to our paintball community, and if you're like spreading the good word of what we do, you got me. Come on my show and let's talk about it.
One thing I gotta say, with all these shows being out there, which makes it great, is they're all still there even after they're live. So much more stuff for people to see about paintball, so we can get more people in there.
We've got let's talk about upcoming shows. Okay, so I've got some people on my list here. Tomorrow, 11 a.m. Pacific time, we've got TJ from Paintball Explosion. Him and Romeo own Paintball Explosion in Dundee, Illinois, and that's one of my home away from homes. I think I'm going to start getting paid $10 to promote them too. I'm going to do that. You guys are now on my $10 promotion list. Every time I mention Paintball Explosion, I'm getting paid $10. They don't know. So Paintball Explosion, Hell Survivors, Commando,
$20.
There we go. I'm going to be making money on this show, dude. I'm going to be ripping off the paintball community. You know how you ever see the people, those motherfuckers? You ever see people that do that? They're like, there was that thing going around, I think a year or 2 years ago, where they do like this. Everybody pitched in, like, it was like a lottery or something. You pitch in $5, $10, and then you would win like a marker or something. And then it turned out that these guys that were doing it were making big bucks, and then they would give you like an old marker. It was some kind of like bullshit. It was like almost like a pyramid scheme, and that's that I hate. And I hate the other thing where if you're gonna give used markers to somebody or whatever, like, okay, not even used markers. If you're gonna give markers to somebody and they're gonna give them out to kids or whatever, and then they put those markers back on the market to sell. You know what I'm saying? Or see them on the field with brand new markers that are actually supposed to be going to the kids. No, I don't think that. I don't like that idea at all. So we're not here to make money, and it's just basically a joke, you guys. Dave Massey doesn't owe me $1,000 every time I say, or I mean, he doesn't owe me $1,000 now. He doesn't owe me $10 every time I say that. We're just making a joke, and we're just trying to make everybody laugh. We're trying to it was basically what we're doing is we're just dropping their names. That's what we're doing. We're just dropping Hell Survivor's name. We're just dropping Paintball Explosion's name, and you'll see when I get out there. Dave said he's going to pay me in Dave and Buster. What's the name of that?
Dave and Ed Bucks.
What the hell is Dave and Ed Buck?
Yeah, well, Dave Massey and Ed are the park owners.
Oh, they're going to give me their own money, right? Okay. Anyway, so yeah, you guys listen. I've got my own money. I don't need your money. So except for the sponsors who want to pay for the show, but other than that, to take advantage of a paintball community, to take money from them, or to take guns, or to do any of that kind of stuff for your own benefit. You know what I'm about to say? Hang on a second. Where is he? Fuck you.
I know it. I love that.
Off our
That'd be
community.
perfect.
Oh, dude, I'm getting too mean. I'm sorry. I just love our community so much. We got Paintball Explosion that's coming up tomorrow, 11 a.m. Pacific time. You guys have to do the math on where that's going to be your time. And then Tuesday night, Hell Survivors.
$10.
Tomorrow night we have Hell Survivors, $10. Hell Survivors, $20. We've got Hell Survivor show. We've got Dave Massey, Kelly Massey. We got Mark. We got Robert Smith. We got B-Rad. We got anybody that's connected with Hell Survivors or wants to learn about them or that actually even plays at that field. We're going to be popping something up, and you guys can click on the link, and we're in. Right? We're going to do a Hell Survivor show.
Yeah.
Talking about past, future games, and what's going on, and Hell Survivor show, baby. Are you in?
I'm in.
You're in. You fucking created it. You better be in. Wednesday the 22nd, I've got Matthew on. Lobazc, Lobazc. He's a really cool cat. He's a great addition to our community. He's also a Marine. I think he did two times in Iraq. He's a cool cat. Thursday the 23rd, we've got the referee show. This is another one of our mutual creations. We're having all the referees from around the world. They're going to be on the show. We actually created a little chat room, and they're just like they're chomping at the bit.
Oh, they want to get on so bad. You know, when they never get their voice.
Yep. You guys, we can't have a game without a referee. You know what I'm saying? And these guys are like the underdogs that are never talked about. And these guys make or break a game. We've got Law. Law is they're a traveling ref team, and Dave Patton is I think one of the guys on that thing, and they just go around the world and they like they make this thing happen. So this is going to be our quinceañera for these guys. This is going to be our coming out party for all the refs, you guys.
Yeah,
it's going to be a ref only show, and I'm excited. On the 24th, which is a Friday, do you know who Hancock Powers is?
No, I do not. I'm going to though.
You're gonna learn. We're doing a player profile on Hancock Powers. He's a really great guy. He's how do I say this? He's another one of those like strong silent types. No, he's just a great guy. He loves long walks on beaches. He's a Zodiac. He's a Leo. I'm joking. No, he's just a great guy. If you don't know who he is, you're gonna find out more about him. And if you do know who he is, you're gonna learn more about him. How's that?
Yeah.
Amen. That's another one that was that on the Legion show, or was that on the Mutant show? We said amen.
I think it was the Mutant show.
Yeah, amen. On the 27th, do you know who Bob White is?
I have heard of Bob White. I do not know him personally, but of course I have heard of Bob White.
Because he's not a human. He doesn't exist. Bob White is just the name of their team.
Oh, well, I met that's why I know it now. That's their team.
The team is called Bob White. I became friendly with them 2015, I think, when I went to Tombstone or something like that. And they're great guys, great assets to our paintball team. We don't have a date for this one, but it's coming up. It's our women's show. It's going to be all women, all estrogen, and except for me, I'm going to be putting in a wig on because I got to run the board, so I got to be on the show. Actually, maybe I'm going to figure if maybe I can go like off the air, and they can just be on, and I can just maybe pop people up. I'm going to figure out how to do that on the show, so they can just, you know what I'm saying? So then we can have 6 women on the show, and maybe I can be behind the scenes popping up pictures. I got no idea. We'll figure it out. So yeah, so that's Mary Ellen Smith Hastings. That's Greg Hastings' mom. She's an author, a motivator, a woman's right activist, everything like that. And we did we got a chat going on for all the women, and they're chomping. They're just like, let's do this. So it's going to be a weekend show, and they're gonna. I am woman, hear me roar. I am numbers you can't ignore. That's Helen Reddy. That was like in the 70s, like when all that burn your bra stuff was happening, everything. That was a song that she anyway. You guys are going to get to know the women in our community, which is basically like 1%, maybe 2%. I'm going to go 1%. Paintball players in our community are women. So this is going to be about all the women and all about them and their needs and their ideas and their thoughts. How's that?
That's great.
Swamp Talk is Sundays at noon on the Mad Frog. Put it up there. Swamp Talk is Sundays at noon on the Mad Frog Militia Facebook page. So go check that out. Okay, cool. So that's an upcoming show that we have. And then we've got, check this out. Ready? We're going to do an Australian show. So we got all these Aussies together, and we're going to talk about paintball in Australia. We've got a kids show. You've already got the two hosts for that show. We're going to have a kids show only. So basically, we're going to have two kids that are hosting the show, and then it's just going to be kids talking about paintball and the community and what they play, and it's just going to be a complete kids show.
And if you guys are listening and you have a kid between 10 and 12, PM me so we can get them in the list of kids to be interviewed by kids.
It's going to be great. Kids interviewing kids. We've got a sponsor show. I'm going to bring you on like now and then sponsors. So basically, you saw what we did. We had Archangel on. We had a pop-up all of a sudden. So it was just a sponsor who popped up, and that was the Guru Gun Stands. And he just popped up and talked about it and became an instant sponsor and gave away one of those things. So I love that kind of stuff. We've got a photography show coming up. All the photographers in our community are welcome to join us. And we're going to talk about how underappreciated you guys are. You make us look really well. And people like, when did you post my picture? Where's my picture? Hey, where's that picture? Instead of like saying, hey, can I throw you $10 to, say, hey, I love what you did. You made me look really well. They're always like, shit, how come I didn't get a picture? What's going on?
I've always been sitting there waiting for these pictures to come out, but I don't rattle cages. But then I started talking to Aaron Dill. He's one of our big photographers around here. And him and I became friends, and he shows me a lot of the stuff he's doing in the background. Guys, give these guys some chance because they take a picture of you that looks like crap and turns it into you looking like a superstar.
Not only that, Mark, a lot of these guys get their cameras destroyed because of paintball.
They do.
So these guys are out there killing it. And yeah, you know what? Kim, tell Laura to PM me and let's get her on the show. She's amazing. Just Kim, get here. I'm not going to say your full name. Kid Naud. Dude, you're killing me. Anyway, listen, get her on the show. Get her connected with me. Let's get her on the show. Anyway, we've got the international paintball show, the International Paintball Bridge Show. So we're going to be doing a bridge talking about the things I created, the International Paintball Bridge, and we're going to have the people on it that have been on the bridge and that were able to cross over and go to all the different places. Just Kim. So then what's the rest of the name for, man? How am I Kim? No. And now I don't know how you say that. How do you say that name? Oh, that's his. Okay, look, that's is my kid. Okay, cool. All right, good. He's got two. He's got him and his kid's name.
Gotcha.
All right, you got it even better. You won my heart. Anyway, Kim, get her connected with us. Oh, Lisa. Yes, we were waiting for your approval. We were waiting for Lisa's approval if we should do a photography show or not. So now that she's giving us her approval, Lisa from Team Tags. All right, thank you for your approval. Now we can do it. Yeah.
No, wait. We're not going to do it unless her and Roger Weber get on the show sometime.
Dude, what the hell is with that? Yeah, we're gonna hold that. We're gonna hold that show hostage because they don't want to come on the show. Dropping their team tags, and then they won't do it. We've got a pet show. People are going to bring on their pets. People are going to do pop up, do a quick little segment, talk about their pets, and we're going to do a pet show. I don't even care if you have a fish, whatever it is, just talk about your fish. Bring it out of the aquarium for a second. Hold on to it. It's a fun. This is Henry, my fish. All right. What else we got? That's what I've got on my notes. So you guys are again, you guys are our show producers. You guys are the ones helping us run this thing. This platform is for you. So give us an idea, make it happen. You come on the show. If you've got like the janitors, if you want to do a janitor show, another one, the people who clean up the park, whatever you want to do, just let's highlight people. Let's make this a show about you guys. Well, I'm not going to say let's make it. This show is about you guys. So
it has been so far. 15 shows have been about everybody,
but primarily about me because. Here, this is what I think. This is what I think of you. No, I'm joking.
Yeah. Go on, do it.
This is what I think of you, Mark. Fuck you. Get off my lawn. Hey, get out of that conference. Hey, he's pounding at the door. Hey, I got to use the bathroom too. Get out of there. What are you doing in the bathroom?
look, I'm not in the bathroom. I am in the conference.
Oh, look at you, Mr. Important in the conference room. Ooh. Look at that. All right.
At work, I had a car parked in the middle of the shop, and he wanted to know if he could move it. Well, yeah, you can move it.
Nice. Okay, brother man. So I'm pulling the plug on this one, but I tried to read your notes. Mark has this thing called he said there's a thing called doctor's notes and there's mechanic notes. And so as I was like frantically talking about let's like do this, he goes, okay, I'll send you my notes. And I'm going to show you this. Let me see if I can pop these up. Oh, I did. I don't think I did. Did I? Yeah. Did I save these things? I'm going to show you. Mark said the only difference between a doctor's note and a mechanic note is like $100,000 a year. So
it is. Yeah, that's $500,000 is the difference.
Let me see if I can bring up the scribble here. I'm like, what the fuck are you? What is that even English? You just like. I was supposed to read that anyway. So yeah, he took a picture of his notes, and anyway. So here's the other cool thing. Mark just purchased a $800 computer without consulting me, even though I'm in the computer business. 8 gigabytes of RAM. Really nice, dude. Windows needs minimum 8 gigabytes of RAM, and that means that you need to grow into your computer. And then the more programs you put on your computer, the more RAM you're going to need. So you need to have like 12, 32, something like that, right?
Right.
All right. Looks like you're going to be doing some upgrading later on.
Look, I had to go for how much money I had.
Yeah.
To get the best bang for the buck.
Yeah.
It's something that I can grow.
Yeah. A big,
okay.
Listen, 2 terabyte hard drive, great to start. 16 gigs of RAM, great. You went all out and got the good video card, right? You got the expensive video card. Okay, whatever. But I'm just saying, listen, you need more RAM. RAM is like kind of like listen, I'm going to give you an analogy that you'll understand because you don't understand anything about computers. RAM is like the cylinders in a car, right? So you got a Volkswagen is 4. You need to get like a Jaguar with 12 cylinders, something like that. You know what I'm saying?
I understand. But what you just said, see, what I got was $800 and it was a good machine. What you're telling me to get is a $1,500 machine.
No, RAM is not that expensive. Let that just be your next investment, Mark. Go get maybe get some more RAM. And also, I'm going to tell you here, this is some inside. Sorry, guys, I'm getting too techie, but basically, usually on the motherboard, there might be 4 slots. there might be 2 slots. And sometimes when they give you RAM, they might give you 2 slots of like 4 and 4, like, so that gets 8 gigabytes of RAM. And if you buy more RAM, then you got to take one of them out. And then you're like always behind the 8 ball. Sometimes they give you one stick of 8, which is great because then you can put another stick of 8 or something else in. Or sometimes you do have 4 slots where you can actually put a lot of stuff in. You should open the box and find out how much you have of RAM. But I'm really being serious about that because RAM will really make the difference. It speeds things up. But we'll talk about that later. Anyway, Mark, listen, you're losing your voice. I can't hear you.
Somebody tried to call me on my phone and it killed down the volume and the microphone.
All right. So listen, you guys, we got, I'm off today. I'm actually doing that. I'm doing God's work today. I'm actually delivering food for doctors at St. John's Hospital. So I'm off for today and tomorrow morning and then tomorrow afternoon or evening, we got 2 shows. Cool.
All right, bud.
Okay, brother, man. So let me just look at our comments before we close up here. When you do your women's show, Laura is watching now. Listen, do me a favor. Have Laura PM me so we can add her to the women's show, but also to the photography show too. So Laura, I know you're watching. And then what is this? Can I bring my monkey for the pets? He's got a monkey that says your boy. What the hell? Okay. Yes. If you got a monkey that it's a boyfriend, I just don't want to see any do it like they do in the Discovery Channel stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to like don't. Sometimes monkeys can get wild, but yeah, if you got a monkey and you want to bring him on, that's cool. It'll be great. It'll add to the show. Okay, so you guys, Lisa Weber said they're working on it. I think they're working on their getting over their stage fright. That's what they're working on because we're going to get them on the show. So anyway, all right, guys, I'm tired. We're out of here, Mark. And I want to thank you guys again, all your help and support, making the show what it is. We could do it without you. I can just stand here and talk for 5 hours. You guys know that. I'm capable of just babbling. So, but to make the show exciting, we need you guys on the show because this isn't exciting with this guy. He's like, look at this, look at that face. Fuck you.
It's been fun, man. Come on now.
Anyway, you guys are the show. And we really, again, thank you very much again for your help and support and everything you've done, all the stuff in the background, for my sponsors who are paying for the show, for the people who are not sponsors, for the people who are sponsors who are not paying, who are still involved and are still giving out the stuff to the people. And that's what I love also is that you guys are benefiting from all of this. You guys are getting free stuff from my sponsors. You're getting a great show. You're getting to be on the show. Tell me, haters, fuck you. I don't get it. I can't dance any faster. This is all the stuff I'm doing, and it's all for you guys. So if you hate me, fuck you. I can't do anything else. This is it. Anyway,
it's paintball. None of us hate paintball, so don't hate each other.
There you go. We're here to love each other. We're here to grow the sport. Follow this initiative called Paintball Strong. We're out there trying to grow the sport. We're out there trying to keep it in people's minds. We're here to support the industry. We're here to support the players. So you guys do that. Hashtag everything. Hashtag everything Paintball Strong. Brother man, I got to go to work. There are.
I'm at work.
You're already at work. Yeah, your work is next door. I got it. Okay, brother man. I'm going to bid you adieu, adios, shalom, lahitraot, goodbye, sayonara, adios. What else is there? Guten tight. Yeah, that's your favorite one, right? No. Au revoir, Shoshana.
There you go.
We're gonna do that. Okay, brother man, we're out of here. Let me play that. Let me have Mr. Nasty say goodbye. Hang on a second. Hey, go back to work. Get out there. Corona. Fuck you. This will be over soon. All right, brother man. Let me play my music. Hang out, don't leave, and we're out of here, okay?